Projectile motion. A projectile is Hello students, welcome to physics class. Today we discuss projectile motion. Let us see what is a projectile. A projectile is the name given to any body which once thrown into space with some initial velocity move thereafter under the influence of gravity alone without being propelled by any engine or fuel. The path followed by the projectile is called its trajectory. So that's a projectile. A projectile is any body. A projectile is the name given to any body which once thrown into space with some initial velocity. A projectile can be any body which is thrown into space with some initial velocity. Thereafter, it moves under the influence of gravity alone without being propelled by any engine or fuel. Then any body can be called as a projectile. So the path followed by the projectile is called a trajectory. The path along which the projectile is moving can be called as a trajectory. Some example: a javelin thrown by an athlete. A javelin thrown by an athlete is a good example for a projectile motion. Usually the athlete projecting the javelin with a certain initial velocity, thereafter it moving under the effect of gravity alone with some initial velocity. So javelin thrown by an athlete is an example for projectile motion. Another example: a bullet fired from a rifle. A bullet fired from a rifle is also a projectile motion. A stone thrown by horizontal from the top of a building. A stone thrown horizontal from the top of a building. These are the few examples for projectile motion. Let us see a particular type of projectile motion. Projectile fired at an angle theta with the horizontal. Here we are projecting a projectile with an initial velocity u. Say the velocity is u. Projecting velocity is u. It means we are projecting this projectile by making an angle theta with the horizontal. This is the horizontal direction. By making an angle theta, we are projecting this projectile with the initial velocity u. Now, if you split this velocity into its horizontal and vertical component, you can see the u cos theta is along horizontal direction. That's the horizontal component of u. And the vertical component of u is u sin theta. So we split the velocity u into u cos theta and u sin theta. U sin theta is along the horizontal direction and u cos theta is along horizontal direction and u sin theta in the vertical directions. So we can say that there are two types of motion for this projectile. Simultaneously, there are two types of motion for this projectile. One is along the horizontal direction with a velocity u cos theta, with a constant velocity u cos theta. U cos theta, the horizontal velocity is not affected by gravitational force because the gravitational force is acting vertical or perpendicular to u cos theta. So the velocity magnitude will not change. The direction can be changed, but the magnitude of u cos theta remains throughout the motion. So that's a particular type of motion along the horizontal direction. Same time, it have a motion in the vertical direction also. It have a motion in the vertical directions. But the vertical velocity u sin theta is affected by gravity. The u sin theta is affected by gravity. It's a vertical motion under gravity. So we can say it is a constant accelerated motion. It is a constant accelerated motions. So it is affected by gravity. So there are two types of motion simultaneously for this projectile. Once it projected from a point by making some angle with the horizontal. One is along the horizontal direction with a constant velocity u cos theta. Other one in the vertical direction with a constant acceleration. With the initial velocity u sin theta. U sin theta is varying. but u cos theta throughout the motion is constant. And the projectile will move through a parabolic path because there are two types of motion. One is along the horizontal direction, there is a displacement, and in the vertical direction also it have a displacement. So path of the projectile will be a parabolic in nature. The trajectory of the projectile is a parabolic in nature. We can prove it. Let us see how can you prove that the projectile, the trajectory of this projectile is a parabola. For that, here I told the velocity u is divided into u cos theta and u sin theta. The velocity u is splitted into u cos theta along the horizontal direction and u sin theta in the vertical directions. Suppose our projectile is along this path at a particular time, say at a time t, after a time t, the object or the projectile is reached at this point P. Okay, after a time t, this is the position of the projectile. Say it is at a distance x from the x-axis and a y from the y-axis. The coordinate of that point P is x, y. X coordinate and y coordinate, x, y. So, the horizontal distance covered by the projectile is equal to x. So, we can write this horizontal distance directly because the horizontal velocity remains constant. That is u cos theta is the horizontal velocity. And the time taken to reach the point P is t. So, what is the horizontal distance covered is u cos theta into t. U cos theta into t. X is equal to horizontal distance. X is equal to u cos theta into t. Or we can write the time taken to reach the point P as t is equal to x by u cos theta. X by u cos theta. Keep it equation 1. Now let us see what about the vertical motion. Vertical motion is an accelerated motion. We told it's a uniform accelerated motion. So that we have to use the equation of motion to find what is the distance to this point P. What is the vertical distance? We have to use the equations of motions. For that, what is the initial velocity in the upward direction? The initial velocity is u sin theta. Initial velocity in the upward direction is u sin theta. And acceleration a equal to minus g because okay, up to the point P, the object is moving in the upward directions. Motion under gravity in the upward direction, that is a equal to minus g. Velocity decreases when the object is moving in the upward direction. A equal to minus g. Now, use the equation of motion s is equal to ut plus half at square. Displacement s is equal to u into t, initial velocity into time, plus half into at square. A is acceleration, t is time. Substitute that. Y, that is the vertical distance we are writing as y. Y is equal to initial velocity in upward direction is u sin theta. U sin theta into t. What is t? T is equal to x by u cos theta. X by u cos theta. Plus half into g. G equal to minus. That is half into a equal to minus g. That's why this sign comes to minus. Minus half g into t square. What is t square? T is equal to x by u cos theta. So x square by u square cos square theta. Okay, x square by u square cos square theta. So we can write y is equal to, that is x into u and u getting cancelled. Sin theta by cos theta we can write as tan theta. X into tan theta minus, okay, rearrange like this, g into x square, keep here, divided by 2 times of u square cos square theta. Keep it like that. Minus g by 2 u square cos square theta into x square. Now you see this equation, we can compare with the equation y is equal to px minus qx square. Y is equal to px minus qx square. This is an equation for parabola. This is equation for parabola. That is y is equal to px minus qx square. Where p and q are constant. Where p and q are constant. So the y is a quadratic function of x. In this equation, y is a quadratic function of x. That's why we are calling it an equation for parabola. So here in this equation also, y is a quadratic function of x. y is a quadratic function of x. So we can conclude like this way, as y is a quadratic function of x, hence the trajectory of projectile is parabola. This is equation for trajectory, and it shows that this equation is an equation for parabola. So the trajectory of our projectile is parabolic in nature. Now let us see what is the time of maximum height of our projectile. Once the projectile is projected from a point with an initial velocity u by making an angle theta with the horizontal. Simultaneously, we know that it has two motion. One is along the horizontal direction with a velocity u cos theta, and other one in the vertical direction with the initial velocity u sin theta, but that velocity is affected by gravity. So once it reaches the maximum height, the vertical component of velocity comes to 0. The vertical component of velocity is 0 at the highest point, but still the horizontal component of velocity is same, that is u cos theta only. But the vertical component of velocity is 0 at the maximum height or at the highest point. So at the highest point, we are taking this, okay, the velocity v equal to u plus at, our equation of motion v equal to u plus at. At the highest point, v equal to 0. And the initial velocity in the upward direction is u sin theta plus a into t, but a is equal to minus g because the motion is in upward direction, that is minus g into, we are taking the time to reach the maximum height as tm, that's we are writing as tm. So the tm is equal to u sin theta by g. That's the time taken by the projectile to reach the highest point. Tm is equal to u sin theta by g. U sin theta is the initial velocity in the upward direction. U is the velocity of projection, and sin theta, theta is the angle with the horizontal. So u sin theta by g. That's the time taken to reach the maximum height. Now let us see what the time of flight. The time of flight is defined as is the time taken by the projectile from the instant it is projected till it reaches a point in the horizontal plane of its projections. Here, in this case, we are projecting our projectile from here, and what the total time taken by the projectile to reach the same horizontal height, to reach the here. The time taken by the projectile to reach this point is known as the time of flight. It is the time taken by the projectile from the instant it is projected till it reaches a point in the horizontal plane of its projection is known as time of flight. During this time of flight, the net vertical displacement covered by the object is equal to 0. Net vertical displacement is 0 because it reached the same horizontal height. So now use the equation of motion, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to 0 because no displacement. S is equal to 0. And u equal to u sin theta. That is the vertical velocity is u sin theta. Initial vertical velocity is u sin theta. We are taking the time of flight as capital T, u sin theta into t, plus half into acceleration we are taking minus g into t square. T is the time of flight. So equation for the time of flight, t is equal to u sin theta by g. Time of flight, t is equal to u sin theta by g. You compare this time of flight and the time taken to reach the maximum height. The time taken to reach the maximum height is equal to u sin theta by g, whereas the time of flight is equal to u sin theta by g. So we can write the t is equal to time of flight is equal to 2 times of tm. That is, the time of flight is equal to 2 times the time taken for the maximum height. T is equal to capital T is equal to 2 into tm. That's the relation between the time of flight and time of maximum height. Now let us find what is the maximum height of the projectile. Maximum height, it is the maximum vertical distance attained by the projectile above the horizontal plane of projection. So in this diagram, this is the maximum height attained by the projectile. We know that at the highest point, its vertical component of velocity comes to 0, but still it have a horizontal component here, that is u cos theta, but the vertical component, that is Vy, comes to 0. The vertical component of velocity at the highest point is 0, but still its horizontal component of velocity is the u cos theta. So at the highest point, we can write the vertical component of velocity is 0. So if you are using this equation of motion, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This is the final velocity minus initial velocity square is equal to 2as. A is acceleration, s is displacement. So 0 square, final velocity at a equal to 0. 0 square minus initial velocity in upward direction is u sine theta. That is u square sine square theta is equal to 2 into acceleration due to gravity minus g into maximum height. Suppose we are writing the maximum height as hm. So into hm. So hm is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. U square sine square theta by 2g. That's the highest or maximum height of the projectile. Distance to the maximum height. hm is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. Now let's see what is the horizontal range. Horizontal range. It is the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight. That is, this is the horizontal range of our projectile, or the horizontal range of the projectile. It is the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during the time of flight. We know that once the projectile is projected from this point, okay, it travel along this parabolic path, and finally it reach the same horizontal height. And this distance we calling as the horizontal range, R, capital R. So once it reaches the same horizontal height or vertical height, at this point it have a u cos theta. Its horizontal velocity same u cos theta, and it achieve the same vertical velocity u sin theta, but in the downward direction. Once it projecting from here, it having a vertical velocity u sin theta, initial velocity u sin theta. But when the projectile is reached at the same point of projection, that same height of projection, it is having the velocity, upward velocity, that is u sin theta. Sorry, vertical velocity u sin theta in the downward direction, u sin theta. U cos theta is also same. So what is the horizontal range is equal to horizontal velocity into time of flight. Horizontal velocity throughout the motion is constant. So we can simply write u cos theta into what is the time of flight. The time of flight is equal to u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g. That's equal to u square multiply u square 2 u square, then keeping 2 sin theta cos theta by g. That is u square by g into 2 sin theta cos theta. And this 2 sin theta cos theta we can write as sin 2 theta. 2 sin theta, you know this identity, 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. Sin 2 theta. Then we can r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Horizontal range r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. That's the horizontal range covered by the projectile during this projectile motions. That's all today. Thank you.